Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new episode of Shane's World, the weekly show where we break down the top 5 biggest things in geekdom that I want to talk about. We got some DC news this week, some Marvel news, and some news on top of those things. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep growing out towards 200 subscribers. Now, let's start the show. First up, we got some DC news. Of course, people have been talking about this HBO Max thing. People like projects getting cut, people getting fired. And another casualty has happened that Batman, the Caped Crusader, has been canceled by HBO Max. It was the new show from Bruce Timm, the guy that did the 90s Batman animated series. Matt Reeves was producing, Paul Dini was producing, J.J. Abrams was producing. So it was like a powerhouse team working on this. Mark Bernardin from Batman Beyond was writing an episode. It just seemed like a really cool show, and I was excited to get it. But now HBO Max says it's not happening, but it's not getting the full axe because they are shopping it around. We are going to see this series, and so far, the networks interested are Hulu, Netflix, and Apple TV Plus. I think Apple TV Plus would be like a huge get for Apple TV. They got a lot of great stuff on there, like Ted Lasso, Coda, The After Party, Blackbird. They got that Godzilla show coming out, but this would be a huge get. But how cool would it be if like Hulu got this? Because, well, Hulu's owned by Disney. How weird would it be if Disney, the owners of Marvel, had a Batman show on one of their networks? That'd be like a huge, like, how much more could DC F up to have Marvel, the owners of Marvel, have a Batman show as well? Like, you might as well just give them the keys to the castle already, because right now I don't have huge faith in Warner Brothers. I don't know what's going on over there, but Batman the Caped Crusader is definitely something I'm looking forward to no matter what streaming service it goes to. I did have Apple TV. I don't have it right now, but if this show goes to Apple TV, I'll definitely be subscribing to that network to watch it. I can't wait to see where this show lands. I can't wait to watch this show in general. Great team behind it. I don't know who the voice actors or anything are. I don't even know if they've recorded anything as of that far yet, but I can't wait to see what happens with the future of Batman Caped Crusader. The next news, speaking of Hulu, is about Only Murders in the Building, one of Hulu's best shows, one of TV's best shows, and it just wrapped up its second season last week. And of course, if you watched that last episode of season 2, you'll know that they introduced a new character played by Paul Rudd. And it set up a new mystery for season 3, and Paul Rudd has officially joined the cast as a series regular for season 3, and I think that's fantastic. So many great comedians have been coming through Only Murders in the Building. Of course, Steve Martin and Martin Short are the main two in the show, but other people like Amy Schumer, who I'm not a huge fan of, but she was fine in this show. Cara Delevingne, not a stand-up comedian, but I don't really like her acting in other things, but in this, she was actually really good. Selena Gomez crushes it, and I cannot wait to see what Paul Rudd brings to the table and what his interactions with like the comedic legends of Steve Martin and Martin Short look like. I love Paul Rudd. He doesn't age. I swear to God, the man's a real vampire, and maybe that's the mystery of Only Murders in the Building season 3. Maybe it's figuring out how Paul Rudd, or his character in this instance, never ages. We'll have to wait and see next year, 2023, when season 3 hits Hulu. I never want this show to end. It's fantastic, but I think like 4 seasons would be fantastic for Only Murders in the Building. Just go out while it's still on top. It's Steve Martin's last role, apparently, so go out before things get stale. Right now, the first 2 seasons are incredible, and you can watch them on Hulu right now. The next thing up is some Netflix news. The Umbrella Academy, one of Netflix's best shows in my honest opinion, has been renewed for a 4th season, but there's a caveat there. It is also its final season. While a lot of people saw this coming, a lot of people speculated that the 4th season would be the final season, it's still a bummer to hear it officially confirmed that Umbrella Academy is coming to an end, because I love that show so much. I like a lot of the X-Men movies that we got, but Umbrella Academy feels like the best X-Men that we've ever gotten on screen thus far, and it's just a bummer that it's going to come to an end. I was kind of hoping for like 5, maybe 6 seasons from Umbrella Academy, but 4 seasons is good. At least it's getting a proper ending, not just getting canceled like a lot of Netflix shows do. But this brings up the question is, what is Netflix going to do here in a few years? Because Umbrella Academy is ending, Stranger Things is ending, Ozark is done, Lock and Key is done. Like, a lot of their big shows are coming to an end or have already ended. Sandman was just huge for them, but there's speculation they're not going to renew it because of how much it costs to make. So, like, what's Netflix going to really have in the next few years, like, after Stranger Things wraps? Like, are they just going to keep producing, like, mediocre action comedies? Like, I don't really want to see that. I don't want to see that, but a lot of the shows I watch on Netflix are coming to an end, so the future looks interesting to say the least for Netflix. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. Jumping on over to a different streaming service, over to Amazon Prime, speaking about their hit superhero series, The Boys, which seems to kind of run concurrently with Umbrella Academy. They got announced at the same time. Their seasons always drop right around each other, and it looks like that's going to continue because now we have some news about The Boys season 4 and that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is joining the cast. This is great. Of course, Eric Kripke, the guy that runs The Boys, ran the first 5 seasons of Supernatural when the show was at its best. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was a huge part of that, as was Jensen Ackles. Jensen Ackles got to be brought in and have fun in The Boys in season 3. Now Jeffrey Dean Morgan's getting his time to shine in season 4. He's shooting this and Isle of the Dead at the same time. 2 shows I'm very much looking forward to. And I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I wish we would have seen his version of Flashpoint Batman. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's great to see him kicking ass as Negan still. And now we're going to get to see him play who knows what in The Boys. Maybe he'll get to play some whacked out version of Batman in The Boys. That'd be cool to see. But nonetheless, that's only a plus for The Boys season 4. The show's amazing. One of the best shows that I've ever watched, honestly, at this point. And it just keeps getting better and better each season, in my opinion. Very much looking forward to season 4 next year. Now, our last piece of news is not about a streaming service, but we're going to jump into the MCU because it looks like the Fantastic Four has found its director, and that is Matt Shakman, who directed WandaVision. He was the showrunner on WandaVision, and that's a big plus for me because I think I like WandaVision a lot more than a lot of other people. Like my friends at work, they don't love WandaVision, but I love WandaVision. It's in my top 3 Marvel MCU shows. I love it. I thought it was very good up until episode 8 when it became a Marvel movie essentially, and then it kind of petered out a little bit for me, but I love WandaVision. Nonetheless, Matt Shakman was a great director. I was excited to see his Star Trek movie, but the movie's still happening, but he's not directing it anymore because he's coming over to Fantastic Four. I think this is a great choice. He's got experience inside of the MCU more than a lot of people because he directed 9 half-hour episodes. That's 2 to 3 movies, so that's a lot more experience inside the MCU that most people have, so I think this is great. I think Feige can probably be a little more hands-off with a guy like Shakman, and I've seen interviews with him. He's a huge comic book nerd. He gets the properties, he gets the material, so I think he's a great choice for Fantastic Four, and it only gets me more excited to see what casting they announce in a few weeks at D23, and we will be covering that event for sure right here on the channel. But that is this week's news, guys. What did you think? Are you excited for Fantastic Four's director choice? Are you excited for all these different superhero shows on different streaming platforms? Where do you think Batman will land with his streaming future? Let's chat down in the comments below about all that stuff. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep growing out towards 200 subscribers. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys right here next time.